Good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
Hi, Todd. Nice to be here with you.
It's time for our tale. Jai Opataya from New South Wales, Australia, the IBF title holder in the cruiserweight division, one of the most feared southpaws in the world today.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Sydney, Australia, here is a ring and cruiserweight world champion, introducing Jai Opataya. Fighting out of the blue corner, and now from Crimea in Ukraine, here is an undisputed cruiserweight world champion and an undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Alexander Usyk.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
All right, Todd, when you've got fights in there that really believe they're going to win, that's when the action happens.
What a great venue and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. Nice right hook. Good-looking jab.
That are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this. They love this. They are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Counter-punching. They're both trying for a knockout. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And that hook misses. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
You're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every twist.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, it's like 2 different moves.
What do we expect to see here in round 2? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Catch and shoot. That punch landed. Couldn't land that jab. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right, concentrate.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
He misses with that jab. He misses with that straight left. That jab misses. A perfect counter shot. Lucky that hook didn't score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go up.
Get your mind back. Get your focus back.
On to the third. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That counter shot lands. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Missing with the hook. Nice exchange here from both men. Nice counter. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when he catch you.
Oh, that punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Get back out there and win the round.
Here we go to the fourth round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Punch, counter punch. Nice counter shot. And he scores with the counters. Nice slip to avoid the jab. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming, and there was nothing they could do.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee ain't got to follow you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's going to get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in a round.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Disastrous round, but he's still on his feet.
They believe their fighter has it in the tank.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
I have no idea what they have left. How'd you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. A perfect counter lands. There's a counter shot. Good counter punch. Looking to land the hook. Misses with the straight left. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. So far, it seems like aggression has been the key. This fighter just not slowing down.
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special.
You need to focus on what you do.
There's the bell to start round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come up, put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Sick. No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. The jab doesn't quite connect. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Hold it right there. Oh my, the Ukrainian has been rattled. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation. There's the bell to start round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head.
Hold on. Got to cut you off here, Johnny. Can they finish it? Opataya right now is not looking good. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
A shot from the gods took him out.
You saw it here.
What they say now. I like to welcome everybody out to the Samurai. Indeed. Here we go, one side. Really neat. Very beautifully, very alliterated. Little battle raps for you. Little battle rap. Really neat.
Here we are, getting ready for this showdown between these two fighters. Should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tape. Sugar Ray Robinson. Many consider him to be the Terrence.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from New York, here is one of boxing's all-time greats.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
So, all the talking's done.
All right.
Now,
Let's
let's get down to action.
Under the bright lights here for this one. Really good matchup. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. Not a lot of defense here at all. Oh, and he caught him with a left hook. Good counter punch. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything can break a man or make a man.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. That one lands halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
These two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. He misses with that jab. How about that time counter shot? In that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
The bell, sometimes it can be the
On to the second round. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get sucked in.
Whoa, Johnny! Crawford is dazed! Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Nice counter shot. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, every touch.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
No rest for the weary. He threw a punch and just got countered. Insane action. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Catch and shoot. Beautiful counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good punch. And he scores with the counter. Swing and a miss with that jab. Straight right just misses. Perfect counter lands. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Beautiful counter shot. Job getting that punch through. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears. Back at it in round 4. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in your guess.
Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. Keeping those gloves up. The Sugar Ray is down. Wow, that seemed to be the punch he was looking for. Let's watch it again.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
He's up, but for how long? Look at that. On the heels, look at, there's nothing there. There's no defense. The eyes are glazed. It just takes one more clear shot, a clean one, and he's out of there.
Robinson hit hard, and he may be ready to go. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge. Can make or break. Back into the fray here in round 5. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
This is a high-octane battle. Nice counter. His jab just got blocked. Nice work to avoid the left uppercut. Have to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. The old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Which fighter will say no mas? Sugar Ray Robinson just got rocked. That was the moment.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Robinson in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout. And there's the bell for round 6. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. To see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Good counter punching. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfect.
Oh my God, Johnny! Robinson got buzzed there. He's in trouble. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Swing and a miss with the jab. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Robinson in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute.
There's the bell to start round 7. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
That counter shot lands. He threw the hook, didn't land. There's a counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Holding nothing back here in the round. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. The only fear you have with this lightweight is has he punched himself out? Good defense there on the left uppercut. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talking about Crawford in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
Because when you talk...
Round 8, and we're off again. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
A lot of effort being exerted here. And as we see it again in slow motion, there's no doubt. That body punch right there buckled him.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Listen to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Gotta look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more total domination with 10 seconds to go. No surprises. We get a unanimous decision there.
This is the...